Maraming salamat for that very generous introduction. You guys may take your seats. Alam niyo pa ba yung Eraserheads? Inabutan niyo pa yon? Meron akong trivia dahil sa nabanggit yung coverage namin noon. Kung alam niyo yung kantang Overdrive, sinulat ni Raymond yun habang ginagawa yung interview namin. Na-inspire siya kaya nag-strum siya ng konting melody. So naging part na rin ako ng rock history. UP Baguio, isang mapagpalayang araw sa inyong lahat. Magandang hapon. So bago ang lahat, gusto ko munang marinig ang buong batch na nakaligtas sa mga deadline, sa thesis, sa enrollment, sa socio-political crisis, sa existential crisis. Class of 2026, kung proud kayo, relieved at medyo hindi pa rin makapaniwala na nandito na kayo, let me hear you make some noise. Congratulations, I'm very proud of you. At ngayon naman, mabigay-pugay po tayo sa mga magulang, sa pamilya, kaibigan, guro, kawani, at lahat ng mga tumutulong para makarating kayo rito. Kasi sila rin, in their own way, ay gagraduate ngayong araw. Some emotionally, some spiritually, and most of all, financially. Gumraduate na rin po sila sa kaka-Gcash sa inyo. So pakipalakpakan po natin ang ating support systems na nandito ngayong araw. Pero syempre, jokes aside, isa pong karangalan na makapiling kayo sa espesyal na araw na ito. Aminin ko, medyo nakailang speeches na ako nitong nakaraang mga buwan, kaya kung medyo maging familiar na yung sinasabi ko, please be gentle with me. Huwag niyo po akong i-report sa Turnitin dahil I am the original source of my own cliches. Ang totoo po, medyo challenging talaga na maging graduation speaker dahil we are expected to give life advice. Pero minsan nagiging gasgas o palasak na ang mensahe. Maganda pakinggan, pero paglabas ng auditorium na ito, hindi mo na alam kung saan gagamitin. Naririnig natin, follow your dreams. Tama naman. Believe in yourself. Okay din. Failure is a part of success. Totoo syempre, pero minsan failure is just failure. Minsan ang lesson lang, basahin mo ng maigi ang email, sundin ang instructions, at kapag nagising ka na sa alarm, huwag mo nang papatayin. O di naman kaya, mag-set ka ng alarm every 10 minutes. Believe me, it has happened to me many a time. Pero totoo po, out there, life can be messy. The choices we have to make are rarely as clean as they sound in a speech. Noong nagsimula ako sa journalism, akala ko simple lang ang prinsipyo. Huwag tumanggap ng kahit na ano. Don't let your emotions get involved and stay objective. Tapos pupunta ka sa isang liblib na lugar, sa mga komunidad na biktima ng kalamidad o di kaya karahasan. At ang unang gagawin ng pamilya na walang-wala ay pauupuin ka, aalukin ka ng kape, saging, o kung ano man ang meron sila. How can you not root for people like that? Tatanggihan mo ba ang simpleng kape in the name of neutrality? Doon ko natutuhan na ang integridad, hindi ibig sabihin palagi na dapat malinis ka lang tignan. Minsan ang ibig sabihin nito, alam mo kung ano ang hindi mo pwedeng ibenta. Kasi hindi naman bayad ang kape. Pero pag inabutan ka ng sobre, iba na yon. Lalo na kapag makapal. Sa kabilang banda, paulit-ulit ding nababanggit sa mga graduation speech ang kahalagahan ng paglilingkod sa bayan. Siyempre naman, lalo na para sa mga estudyante ng UP. Kung gusto niyo marinig yung unang draft ng speech na ito, eto yon. Congratulations, graduates. Please abandon joy, money, sleep, peace of mind, and your love life because the nation needs you. O, di ba? Courageous and impressive. Also, not very inspiring. At baka hindi din masyadong practical. Hindi ako nandito para magpalaki ng isang batch o isang henerasyon ng mga martir. Hindi po kaya ng konsensya ko yon, and besides, wala naman akong moral ascendancy. So ngayon, gusto ko pong sumahin ang aking mensahe para sa inyo sa isang linya. I hope that you become difficult. Difficult? Baka sabihin ng admin nyo, Ato, matigas ng ulo ng mga yan. Huwag mo nang dagdagan. Pero I don't mean difficult in the sense of being impossible to work with, not difficult in the sense na hassle ka bonding, not rude, not performative, and not contrarian for clout. I mean the right kind of difficult. Difficult to fool, difficult to buy, difficult to discourage, and difficult to turn indifferent. So let's break it down, shall we? First, be difficult to fool. UP teaches us to question everything, authority, tradition, and power. Pero hindi tayo nagtatanong para lang kumontra. The point of critical thinking is not to become the most annoying person in the room. Although admittedly, dumadaan sa face na yan ng marami sa atin, kasama na ako doon. The point is to become harder to manipulate. This matters because we live in a time when truth has become to feel optional. If something gets enough likes, it starts to feel true. If it goes viral, it becomes validated. If it gets repeated often enough, it begins to sound like history. And the powerful have learned this from government, business, and in propaganda. They have learned to bury the truth with noise. They have learned to turn confusion into strategy. Dahil kapag hindi na natin alam kung ano ang totoo, mas madali tayong pagurin. At kapag pagod na tayo, mas madali na tayong patahimikin. This is where the discipline of journalism becomes useful to everyone. Not because journalists are always right. We are not. We have made mistakes. We have been careless. Some have been complicit. If we want to be trusted, we have to work to deserve that trust. But journalism is not just a profession. It should also be a public habit. It is a habit of asking, is it true? Who said it? Who benefits? Who is missing from this story? And what happens if we look away? These questions are not just for journalists. They are questions for all of us. And as graduates of UP, you have a special responsibility to ask them. Because as recipients of one of the best educations this country has to offer, paid for by the people, we must not be easy to fool. We must not be easy to use, and we must not be easy to recruit into cruelty. Second, be difficult to buy. Linawin po natin, I'm not saying don't make money. Please make money. A reasonable amount is fine. Your parents are tired. Some of them have been tired since your second year in school. Wanting a good life is not a betrayal of the country. Wanting comfort, stability, even success is not wrong. Ang tanong lang, ano ang handa mong ipagpalit para dito? The problem is not ambition. The problem is ambition without memory. Ambition that forgets who helped you get here. Ambition that forgets who is left behind. Ambition that becomes so polished, it can no longer recognize suffering. Sa totoong buhay, hindi naman obvious agad kung sino yung mga kontrabida. At lalong hindi nila sasabihin sa inyo ng hayagan na ibenta mo na ang kaluluwa mo. Ibenta mo na ang prinsipyo mo. Complete with evil laughter. Wala pong ganon. Mas madalas, maliit lang ang hihingin. Konting pananahimik, konting kompromiso, konting pakikisama, at konting huwag na natin palakihin. Pero doon nagsisimula yon. So habang bata pa kayo, while the world has not yet made all of your choices feel inevitable, decide what is not for sale. Your name, your integrity, your compassion, the Filipino people. You don't have to kill your dreams in the name of service. Just make sure that your dreams don't require you to kill your conscience. Third, be difficult to discourage. Akala ko matindi na yung pressure sa amin noon nung pag-graduate ko. Ages back, 2005. Pero yung pressure sa mga bagong graduate ngayon, grabe. May pressure mula sa pamilya, hindi naman nawawala yon. May comparison sa friends. May job market na uncertain, lalo pang naging uncertain. May social media na araw-araw nagpapakita ng mga taong mukhang na-figure out na ang life at age 23. Sabi nga nila, comparison is the thief of joy. Pero paano mo yun iiwasan kung araw-araw, nakikita mo ang ibang mga tao na nagbabakasyon, bumibili ng bahay, umaakyat ng corporate ladder, sumisikat, nagiging influencer, at kung ano-ano pa. So let me say this first. Papalpak kayo. Sigurado yan. At maraming beses. Narinig nyo na to dati. Pero kailangan pa rin natin ipaalala. It will be a wild ride. So be at peace with your failures, but don't be passive about them. Ask what went wrong, then ask what you can do better next time. Be difficult to discourage, but easy to correct. That combination will save you. And while you're learning from your mistakes, please respect your own timeline. Noong nasa grade school pa ako, ang tangkad ng mga iba kong classmates, kapag sinabi nila na please form a straight line according to height, lagi akong nasa pangatlo o pang-apat sa pila. Then, puberty hit. Hindi pa rin ako uubra sa isang basketball team ngayon, pero mas matangkad na ako sa marami kong mga batchmates. Yun nga lang, wala nang teacher na nagpapapila, so sayang. Meron talagang mga nauuna, may mga nauhuli, may mga naliligaw, may mga bumabalik, may mga nag-shift ng career, tulad ko. May mga akala late na sila, pero hindi pa pala. May mga akala panalo na sila, pero kailangan pa palang magsimula ulit. At ito ang real talk. Kahit gaano kayo kasipag at kahit gaano kayo katalino, hindi pantay lagi ang starting line. May mga taong ipinanganak na mas maraming safety net. May perang masasandalan, may mga koneksyon, may lugar na mas malapit sa mga oportunidad. May mga graduate na mga school na mas madaling pagkatiwalaan ng mundo. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na wala ng halaga ang sipag at talino. Pero hindi nito ibig sabihin na sapat na ito sa isang sistemang hindi pata sa simula pa lamang. Intelligence, skill, and hard work cannot fully compensate for a world where some people have to work twice or 3 times as hard just to reach another person's starting line. Kaya kung papalarin kayo, huwag isipin na patunay lamang ito ng inyong superior virtue. At kung hindi kayo agad palarin, huwag din isipin na wala kayong halaga. Fourth, be difficult to turn indifferent. Believe me, the world will try. Through ambition, through disappointment, through comfort, through fear, and even through success. Little by little, the world will try to turn you numb. You will see injustice repeated so often, it begins to look normal. At some point, you may be tempted to say, pagod na ako, ayoko na. Wala namang nagbabago. Naiintindihan ko yon. Believe me, at this age. Okay lang mapagod at magpahinga. Sa dami ng mga problema at krisis na kinakaharap natin, makakarelate tayong lahat sa feeling na yon. Ayaw ko na manood ng balita. Ayaw ko nang mag-participate. Wala naman nagbabago. Year after year, it's the same problem repeated. Ang nakakatakot kapag sinimulan na nating kumbinsihin ang ating sarili na wala na tayong pakialam, na mas mabuti pang intindihin na lamang ang ating sarili at kalimutan ng kapakanan ng iba. Dito ko gustong banggitin ang isang personal hero ko, isang anak ng Cordillera, si Macliing Dulag. Marami sa inyo ang nakakakilala na sa kanya. Macliing was a respected leader of the Butbut people of Bugnay, Kalinga. In the 1970s, he opposed the Chico River Dam project of the Marcos dictatorship. The project threatened indigenous communities, rice fields, homes, forests, and burial grounds. On paper, it looked like development, and it was sold as development. But for the communities who would be affected and displaced, what was at stake is not just their land, it was where they lived, where they worked, where they buried their dead, and where their children would inherit the future. So they were pressured to move, threatened and militarized, offered bribes, told that sacrifice was necessary for progress. But Macleing and other Cordillera leaders stood their ground. On April 29, 1980, he was murdered by government forces in his own home. There are people who are so brave that we must be careful not to reduce them into advice. Macleing is one of them. Now, his life is not a template we casually hand out to new graduates and say, "Oh, gayahin niyo yan." That would be unfair, and frankly, that would be quite a lot to ask. But we should still admire, honor, and learn from their courage and sacrifice. They are not supernatural beings sent down to earth to save us. They are people who have looked at the world and saw more meaning in it than just serving themselves. Of course, most of us won't be asked to pay the ultimate price. But his life reminds us that there are moments when the question is no longer, what do I want? The question becomes, what and who must I defend? The danger of a comfortable life is that it can make courage look unreasonable. It can make sacrifice look impractical. It can make people who defend land, memory, community sound like obstacles to progress. But sometimes the difficult person is not the obstacle, because in a world where injustice abounds, often the difficult person is resistance. So protect your capacity to care. Let it shape your ambition and not erase it. Class of 2026, chase your dreams. Seriously, chase them with skill, with discipline, with joy. Build good lives. Help your families. Find work that excites you. Rest when you need to. Fall in love if you must, although please remember that it is not required for nation building. But as you go, carry something stubborn with you. The country does not need more successful people who are pleasant, polished, and harmless. It needs people who are difficult to fool, difficult to buy, difficult to discourage, and difficult to turn indifferent. Not everyone is called to give up everything, but everyone is called to protect something. And when the world becomes overwhelming, when you begin to feel hopeless or jaded, I hope that you remember this place, these mountains, these people who taught us that love of country, it's not an abstract idea. Sometimes it is the courage to stand your ground so that others may keep their dignity, their memory, and their future. Once again, UB Baguio Class of 2026, congratulations. May you live good lives, may you live meaningful lives, and when the moment calls for it, may you be the right kind of difficult. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.